Basic greetings aside, introductions are always the same. What's your ethnicity? Where do you go to school? What's your major? What do you want to do after? And in the end, 2 out of 5 times they say, "Oh, you speak English very well." Most people would take offense to that, but not me, because I actually tried to perfect my English. I was born on a small island in the Pacific called Guam, 19 miles in diameter. There's not much to do there except eat, sleep, work, and play. At least that's what my mom always told me. My parents immigrated to Guam from the Philippines and had me, so that I would be born a US citizen. But that didn't mean I was born with a well-spoken tongue. They wanted to teach me Tagalog, and had tried several times when I was younger, but to no avail. So instead, they taught me English. It was broken English, but it was English nonetheless. In Guam, I was surrounded by the same brown people with a sprinkle of military kids here and there, so I never really noticed my way of speaking. That is, until my family decided to migrate to California, where my mom's brother and his family lived. I was 7 at the time and didn't understand the concept of moving. I thought we were just visiting for the summer. My parents had to break the news to me that we could never go back there because there was nothing else left for us there. They had enrolled me into the local elementary school, and I had never seen a more diverse group of people in my life. I thought, is this what America is? Where are all the brown people? I was terrified yet excited at the same time. Unfortunately, after making so many new friends in my class, my family and I were saddened to find out that I couldn't advance into the next grade. I asked my teacher, why? I do good in school. I have all A's. To which she said, "You're too young." You see, America has this date for kids to be enrolled in a grade. It was just my luck that I was born after the cutoff date. I was held back a grade and watched all my friends advance to the next grade ahead of me. I was devastated, but I didn't let the American education system get the best of me. Throughout middle school, I learned to listen and observe the people I surround myself with, what they talked about, with whom, and how they talked to them, whether it was an adult or a child. I had to differentiate between the good and the bad topics. Most of the time, I didn't know how to speak the part, much less know how to act, especially in the presence of my cousins. Among us in the US, I was the baby of the family, and I was still unsure about my speech around them because they had lived in the US longer than I had. To me, they were the coolest people I knew, and I was the outsider, and even with my friends. I wasn't the baby, but because I was held back a grade, I was older than them and felt a little disconnected with whatever new trend or slang they talked about. I felt left out of my friend group as well as my family, but I didn't let that stop me. In high school, I was introduced to many required readings in my honors and AP classes that I grew to love, not just for their stories, but their language, their tone. It resonated in me that I wanted to speak in the same eloquence that the authors conveyed unto me, the reader. Surprisingly, I was able to graduate with honors, and after high school, I attended my local community college, where I was able to get a tutor position with my high school, helping students with math, science, and, who would have known, English. In community college, I had the wonderful opportunity to get my first summer internship with the federal government, no less. I interned at the Naval Postgraduate School in Monterey, where I got to be mentored by one of the most distinguished professors. I thought that nothing could get better than this, but I spoke too soon. My internship coordinator actually got me a summer intern position in NASA Ames Research Center in Mountain View. Me, the girl who couldn't speak a full proper sentence in the 3rd grade in California. I was surrounded by so many intelligent scientists and engineers who made space research possible. I was in disbelief. It was like a dream come true that I didn't want it to end. Sadly, I had to leave my NASA internship, and I later graduated from community college with my engineering friends. We all split off into different 4-year college campuses, pursuing our dreams in the STEM field, whereas I went into aerospace engineering. Upon entering UCSD, I thought that I was finished with my English learning, but it turns out that there was so much more for me to learn. I was hardly ever done. I may have perfected my English language, but I was missing the message. I have met so many good-hearted and talented people that I have had the pleasure to call my closest friends. Along the way, they have taught me so much about political and social justice that I have achieved a level of English that I have never thought to reach. It was difficult most times because there was so much vocabulary that I had to familiarize myself with, terms to understand, and in what context I should use them, all the while trying to make sense of everything. But I can't really complain after all my effort. People talk about the American dream, yet complain about the prices you have to pay for them. But how can you have the dream without experiencing some nightmares? There were times that America has failed me, but the successes have outnumbered the failures. Looking back at where I started from and where I'm at now, I'm grateful for what my family, friends, and America has given me. My voice. It has given me more than what I had imagined it would, and I'm looking forward to what the